Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Kishan Zalita and I will be as our team moderator. But before we get into our presentation today, I will introduce my friend briefly first. So first of all, we have Regina Multazam, and then after that we have Dwi Ramadhani, and then after that we have myself Keisha, and then after that there is Izzatul Aziza, and finally we have Kevin Marcelo. Okay, so our title for today's presentation is Duolingo as Friend in English Class. Now, before we get into the whole presentation itself, I want to give you a brief background. So, why Duolingo and why English class? So we have decided on tackling an issue regarding in English class that is still lacking of tools that can be integrated in their class.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Marcelo and I'm going to explain to you just what Duolingo is. Duolingo is the most popular language learning platform and the most downloaded education app. With more than 500 million downloads, the company's vision is to make education free, fun, and available to all. And now you might be wondering, how does it work? Duolingo is set out like a game and has a visually appealing interface. This game is set up as a treat that you must slowly work through. When you get to the end, you'll get a cute little trophy wearing a little flag which represents the language you're learning. Sounds fun, right? And next, we're gonna present just what tasks can be done with this amazing app.
Okay, and it is me Izza, and I will explain what tasks can we do with Duolingo. When using Duolingo in the classroom, you can design flexible learning models, whether online, offline, or hybrid. These are some ideas for assignment that can be created using the app. First, online course. Teachers can assign students to complete specific modules on Duolingo. As additional practice outside of class hours, students can be asked to finish a certain number of units or reach a specific level within a set time frame. For example, a teacher might ask students to complete the basic vocabulary module and monitor their assignment, their progress through Duolingo's platform. The second, offline course. Although Duolingo requires an internet connection, teachers can use the progress data from the app, such as level complete for in-class activities. For instance, teacher can ask students to share their learning experience using Duolingo. And the third, hybrid course. Duolingo can serve as a helpful supplemental tool in hybrid courses. Students learn independently online using the app and during in-person class session. They can engage in group discussions or speaking activities related to the modules they have studied on Duolingo. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dwi Ramadhani. So today I want to talk about an important aspect of our role as teachers. We can give students many things to support their learning. So the first one is self-study modules. Before starting the lessons, it is important that we provide a comprehensive modules that can be studied independently by the students. These modules not only contain explanations of the material, but is also equipped with real example and practice questions to clarify students' understanding. The second one is measuring students' understanding with the Duolingo applications. Once they have studied the module, we can assess their understanding using apps like Duolingo. This allows students to answer questions related to the material, so we can find out how well they understand the concept. The third is speaking sections. After reviewing the answer together, we move on to the speaking sections, where students are not only expected to understand the material, but also practice speaking in English. For example, We can ask them to create a short story titled "A Day in My Life" using simple present tense. This activity helps us measure the depth of their understanding after studying the module. And the last one is evaluation. We do thorough evaluations where we correct, give feedback, and reinforce their understanding of the material. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you.
So I will explain some challenges of using Duolingo. The first one is lack of in-depth grammar. So Duolingo focuses more on basic vocabulary and simple sentence. However, it doesn't provide the detail of grammar explanations, and it needed more advanced in language skills. Like in classroom, students need to understand complex sentence structures which Duolingo doesn't cover truly. The second one is limited to contextual learning. So, Duolingo teaches through isolated sentence that often lack in real-world context. In contrast, students in class needed to engage with story, literature, or real conversation to understand how English works in a different context. The third one is motivation and consistency. While using an app like Duolingo, students might struggle to stay motivated or finish the lessons, especially if the exercises are repetitive or don't fully engage with them. And the last one is lack of speaking practice. Actually, Duolingo includes some of speaking exercises, but it doesn't offer the same level of conversational practice found in classrooms. So student needs a real interactions to improve their speaking skills, which the app can't provide fully.
Okay, so my name is Echa, and after we've mentioned about the challenges, obviously we have to think of the solution, how we can solve these challenges. So for the first one is the lack of in-depth in grammars. The lack of is cause, as explained before. We can actually give solution as in giving explanation in video base, or like giving an extra module, and it's like providing them with extra explanation on the grammar itself before actually taking tests in the Duolingo. And then next of all is, what if the students feel demotivated or not able to engage with the class? So what we can do is actually set up a target and reward for them. So in case they are trying to achieve something, giving them a sense of like having to achieve an award or reward or some sort of target will help them stay on track and stay focused on what they want to achieve. Okay, so for the third one is, since Duolingo isn't actually sometimes really helpful in real life context, maybe as teachers we can actually provide them with evaluations and actually some follow-up activities that they can do at home or outside of classroom, and this will ensure them to actually keep on doing it while they're not in a setting of a classroom. This will help them face with real life challenges. Let's say we give them some follow-up activities that is like engaging with people through social media and actually having a partner to speak together. This will help them actually survive in real life situations. Since finally the last part is the lack of actually having to learn to speak to improve our speaking skills inside this Duolingo or like speaking sessions, which is why it's actually important to take role as a teacher in engaging students, pairing or whatever, how many students you want, and pairing them up with other students. This will help them communicate and actually improve their speaking skills, like set up some rules where they can only speak in English, and then after that they can actually help themselves engaging with some discussions and some topics with only using speaking English, and they can gain that from they can gain the topic from Duolingo tools.